Hello there.
Oh yeah, it's beard stroking time. Gonna stroke my beard, stroke my beard, stroke my beard. I haven't got.
Now, I was going to film and put up the latest episode of Twit today, but it just didn't seem to go my way. I've got really nothing to talk to you about, so I thought I could, I don't know, conjure up about 3 or 5 minutes, just waffling on about the new Masterpiece figures as something to talk about that's Transformers related, and somehow I just got into it far too much and ended up with 20 minutes instead, and I just cannot be bothered to edit it. And it's just stuff you don't really need to hear, and I just thought I'd give up with it. I mean, however much I would like to be putting out a twit every week, sometimes it's just not feasible, and right now I'm just feeling a bit bored with it. I want to get doing videos that are different and new and something to jazz things up a bit. So, this isn't an episode of This Week in Transformers because I'm not really going to be talking to you about Transformers. It's a talky thing. Because what has inspired me to sit down, turn on the camera again after what was a vile morning of filming and just sitting there thinking, oh, for God's sake. I've just seen that Dave's put up a new car vlog, and I've realised it's been a very long time since I just turned on the camera when I felt like it to talk to you about stuff I feel like talking about. So that's what I'm going to do now. First off, I suppose I shall chat to you about this Thor figure I got the other day. Because with the lack of Transformers on shelves, I still haven't found Cyberverse, Ironhide and Dreadwing. I've gone into full pelt Marvel mode. Well, not really full pelt, but he was reduced in Tesco's, and this was the Thor I wanted to get, so I picked him up, and I'm happy. It's nice to have a Thor figure that doesn't do this. Yes, this is my good old Marvel Universe Thor, with his floppy legs and head that comes off too easily, and torso that comes in half, and I think one of his arms has come off once as well. Basically, he's a bloody good sculpt, but he's crap because he just falls apart as soon as you look at him. I understand that this isn't the way that all these figures are. I just got bad luck and I haven't been able to replace him, and he's nice as a modern Thor, but for one that I actually want to be able to do something with, I needed a new one. I thought I might as well get the Avengers film one so he can go with my Cap and Iron Man. And I would be very worried if this one came in half because he has absolutely no joints in his torso whatsoever. But he's a nice figure. There is a bit of a lack of articulation with these Avengers figures, but I don't mind. I am starting to think about maybe doing some Marvel figure reviews, if anyone's up for that. I've recently become addicted to a blog called One Per Case, where they talk about a lot of Marvel figures, and basically nearly everything that Hasbro churns out, they'll talk about it. There's G.I. Joe, there's Star Wars, there's a little bit of Transformers. I'm trying to get them to do a bit more. It's a really good site, and I suppose I'm a bit addicted to it because I haven't found another website that provides me with news about new Marvel figures or reviews them like that. So it's really good. And I was just scrolling through there, and I think it's their fault that I bought these Avengers figures because they made me realise they're a lot better than I thought they were going to be. So I'm now in possession of Chris Hemsworth because the face on this, for a Hasbro figure at this scale, the likeness is actually pretty incredible, and kudos to them for that. Although something which I'm not particularly happy about is the giant weapon that he came with. I can't be bothered to go into the box I've chucked it away into and show you. It's basically this purpley blue, lightning-y covered launcher that fires essentially Mjolnir covered in tempestuous light. It's a missile launcher. It's huge. It's silly. It's a waste of plastic. It's a waste of resources. There's oil and metal in there that cost money and will be thrown away one day, and it's just Destroying the planet, man. Why Hasbro think they need to put in these giant gimmicky weapons to make kids buy these figures, I've got no idea. It's just... what? Kids will buy this because they want a figure of Thor. They don't want the stupid missile launcher. Just like us collectors, it will give them about 2 minutes of enjoyment and it will be chucked in a box somewhere. It's such a waste, and I wish they would spend the money on giving these figures more articulation, and also maybe bringing the price of them down a bit, because £8, yeah, I suppose it's not really a bad price to one of these, but I was watching one of Edward Rigney One's videos, Eddie's latest Spider-Man figure review, and he reminded me that back in the day Marvel Legends used to be £7 or £8. A proper big 6-inch superposable figure that you got a comic and a stand with. And this is the same price, if not more, and you're getting a tiny little thing that's just got the most rudimentary articulation, although still more than the Spider-Man figures. And, if you took the weapon out, gave him a few more joints like wrists and ankles and an ab crunch, and knocked £1 for the price, I'd be a hell of a lot more happy. But as it is, I'll settle with new Marvel figures because they're nice to get, and I'd like to make a bit more of a shelf of these 3 3/4 inch scale dudes. And while there's no new Transformers around to get, they're what save the plastic habit. So that's a bit of plastic spoken about. What else have I been up to? I decided the other night to just sit down, get out some pens and do a drawing. So here's my picture of Spider-Man that I thoroughly enjoyed doing, but of course it's not really very good, is it? I mean, yes, he's a bit wide. There's a lot of things wrong with this picture, but I really enjoyed drawing it, and so I just sort of, for a couple of days I was really into just sort of scribbling away, and the same night I did a really quick Iron Man one that is sort of equally poo. And then when I was speaking about it all on Twitter, Mantis99s said, could I do Hellboy for him? And I thought, actually, you know what, I'm going to. I've never drawn Hellboy before, but I'll give it a shot. I haven't actually been able to post this picture up on Twitter yet to show him because my scanner's been buggering about. It doesn't like scanning the whole page in for some reason. As soon as it sees some white space, it just stops and thinks that's the end of whatever it's scanning. So here is my first attempt at Hellboy. I sort of feel like I may have captured Mignola's, I don't know how you pronounce it, is it Mignola? Dude who drew that. I think I've sort of captured his style with the really sort of large areas of inky black shading. The face I'm quite happy with, the horns are a bit off. The chest is a little bit off, but I like the way I seem to have captured all the little sort of lines and details, like on his arm and all the little hairs. Overall, I'm happy with it. I need to find a pen that is a suitable colour to colour in his coat, because all I've got is like chocolate brown. But I think I'll give it another go and then put that one up. And yeah, I'm just in the mood for scribbling away, and I want to develop my style because it does seem every time I pick up a pen I get a little bit better at drawing something. I just wish I could draw with the sort of accuracy that real comic book artists do, because I've seen some stuff that's even basic sketches and it's so much more accurate and precise than what I can do. Everything I do turns out a bit sloppy. I don't know if it's because I need to sharpen my pencil or buy a new pen. I don't know, maybe it's my eyes. I need to develop a more concise style for drawing. So maybe you'll be seeing some more stuff from me in that sort of vein, hopefully. I definitely do enjoy scribbling away at a pad, and just it's so much fun just getting some felt tips out and colouring something in the same sort of way that it's fun to just sit down and talk to a camera about stuff you want to tell people about. I think doing this has totally redeemed the day, because I got up this morning and thought, yeah, I'm going to spend the whole day filming, might even finish that Q review and maybe even do film about Dark as the Moon 1 year on, or this and that, and Twit as well. And when I filmed that this morning, and the weather was horrible, and it just got me down. And now the sun's come out, and everything's good again. And I'm ready to be doing more videos in the coming weeks, especially once I get some batteries for my camera. I want to get doing some HD reviews of some really small figures, like Micromasters and Minicons, giving you a couple of minutes to just look at the details on them. And yeah, I think nice little sort of snippets of reviewment. Also, so I can get some practice in for doing my segment of the All-Star collaboration, because I still haven't filmed my bit yet. Oops! But that's for another update, which I will be doing soon. Because, well, I don't want to get into it too much here, because I need to sort of devote a whole video to it, so that everyone can just look at that and know that that's what it's about. Because everyone needs to see it, and not everyone might watch this. There's a handful of people left that I need to get footage off of, which sadly it seems like I may have to sort of nudge along in the right direction. I know there are some genuine reasons as to why people haven't done their bit yet, like Drew being ill recently. Get well soon, man. I want to be chucking some smaller videos your way, because of the amount of time it takes to upload stuff. I need to reprimand my style a little bit. I got used to just waffling on for ages when I was back at uni, because the internet connection was so good and I could upload like a 15-minute long video in, well, under an hour. Here that would take about 9 hours maybe, I don't know, don't want to try. So it's going to be sort of quantity, I'm not going to say over quality, because hopefully I can make them quite good. I just want to get back into making some new sort of videos, something different, something to just make my channel feel a bit fresher and newer. I know that Twit is my unique selling point, and people subscribe to me because they like to see something regular coming from people. But right now I'm going to take a little bit of a break from it, upload this in its stead to give you something to watch, and just say that I'll be doing some stuff that hopefully you'll find a bit interesting.
To Asgard!